I just watched this video from one of my subscribers. Lovingly, I just want to point out something because I really, really love the fact that you want to form new political parties, but um, you won't be able to see a change in the new party that you're forming because while saying you want to end slavery, you cannot end slavery by creating a two-class system. And what does a two-class system look like? Well, majority. As long as the majority, has a louder voice than the minority, and the minority never, ever, ever gets heard, then doesn't that kind of look like the majority would be the slave masters and the minority would be the slaves as you come up with a system that you say is going to end all slavery? There's just a little bit of flaw there. Like, love, love, love the idea that you want to form a new political structure, but in order to do that, you have to actually change. Um, you have to see what's wrong with our current system to make sure you're not repeating it. And it's a hard thing to see because how I seen it was I come from a genetic background of a lot of abuse. Grandparents, my parents, all had very abusive experiences that I was determined to break that cycle. And I listened to every self help book, I listened to all of the information out there, and I did everything different. And yet I married into abuse, and I have 4 kids, and I start seeing our behavior patterns are being repeated still. So there's something wrong with change, that we don't really see change when we create change. It very much looks like, okay, if you want to change something, just paint the room a different color, and then you'll fool yourself into believing you're in a different room, but you're in the same room. It is the Mandelbrot set that it's so hard to jump out of a pattern that is so deeply within our own patterns. That what does change actually look like? Well, the biggest problem that I do see with every single political structure is this democracy concept. Everybody's fighting for democracy. And what is democracy? The majority wins. And as long as the majority is always the winner, they are the slave masters that are dictating to those in a minority how life should be lived. And it's like, so you're going to be killing people, the people that are going to, have less opportunity, um, will look more diseased, will be the minority. And the minority is always any disease or illness or dysfunction that's going to start happening within the minority is going to be caused because of the majority. The majority doesn't give a shit about how much harm they cause other people. And they will cause other harm to other people who do not have a voice because they are not the majority. For me, I think um, the idea of voting is not necessarily the way to go. It appears to me that everybody should have an equal say. So if you have something you see within your environment that's wrong, you should be able to voice a complaint. And I would think a good government structure, as soon as a complaint shows up, you want to heal that. You want to solve anybody's complaints. That has to be the goal, I think, of any political structure. Is you got a complaint, you got the biggest voice going. You know, that is the voice I want to listen to, is the people that are complaining. That's the time that I need to sit down at a peace table and find out what's going on that's creating this person to complain. You don't complain without a reason. Everybody makes a complaint because you've recognized something is wrong. And we get into dysfunction when we don't solve those things that are wrong. So, a democracy or this voting process, the majority always wins, will create dysfunction within society because you're not listening to people's complaints. And everybody's complaints need to be heard. We need to get rid of every complaint and every excuse on this friggin' planet. You know, to me, I think that that's the direction to go. Um, but that's just me. I could be wrong. But just ask yourself, is put yourself in the minority. Form your governments. Like this guy wants to become a political party. Put yourself in the shoes of the minority, who the majority are voting to kill you, basically. The majority want to earn their living by doing harm to the minority. So put yourself in that minority position and show me where government would help me in any way, shape, or form if I complain. I don't have a voice because I'm in a minority, because it's a democracy. So, and that's pretty much what we got going on right now. Everybody's getting everything they want. And that, to me, I just think we got to change. Could be wrong. Peace out.